Hi. In the logical reasoning sessions, now we will see one of the most interesting concept you can see everywhere in all the competitive exams, which is blood relations. So definitely, you will definitely encounter few of the questions blood relations exams like banking, railway recruitment board, staff selection commission. Definitely you will encounter one or two questions. Okay, in exams like CET, common entrance test, okay, definitely you will encounter 5 questions. In campus hiring companies, definitely 2 to 3 questions definitely will come from the blood relations point of view. And if you are aiming for higher education like CAT, MAT, ICET, definitely 1 or 2 questions will come from this particular topic. Okay, so let's get started, understand what is blood relation. Okay, so before getting into the topic, I want to tell you few points. Ramu, Rani. Lot of people, they hear this particular name and Ramu. If you say the name Ramu, they think that Ramu is a male person. The moment you saw a name called Rani, people always think that Rani is a female person. So that's a wrong perspective of understanding the concept of blood relations. Okay, I'll say one person name is B. Yeah, he can put any name. Yeah, one person name is B. So now tell me, B is male or female? We don't know. Because we don't aware of the name of B. We aware of the name of Ramu, we'll decide Ramu is a male person. We'll aware of the name of Rani, we think that Rani is only for women. So that's the wrong perspective. This is the point number 1. Don't decide gender by its name. Don't decide gender by its name. Okay, in the question they'll give you, Ramu is a good boy. Ramu is a good boy. So from this you have to understand Ramu is a male person. Okay, Ramu is a good girl. Definitely Ramu is going to be female. Okay, so this is the point number 1 I want you to understand. Okay, and after that, in-laws. Okay, when in-laws will come into the picture. Okay, let's say there is a boy. Okay, he got married to a girl. Okay, so now I can say the relation between these two persons is going to be spouse, husband and wife relation. Okay, so the point here is this, friends. After marriages only, in-laws will come into the picture. This woman definitely have mother and father. So for this particular boy, this boy's wife, mother is mother-in-law. This particular boy, father. This particular woman, father is going to be what? Father-in-law. Okay, so you treat them as mother and father. That's why mother-in-law. According to law, she is your mother. Okay, according to law, he is your father. So that's why mother-in-law and father-in-law. On the same note, this boy is also having a mother and a father. So for this girl, husband's mother is mother-in-law. Husband's father is what? Father-in-law. So that's the key idea regarding the relations of mother-in-law and father-in-law. If this boy is having a brother, so to this girl, husband's brother is brother-in-law. Husband's brother is what? Brother-in-law. Let's say this girl is having a sister. So it's going to be sister-in-law. Okay, for this particular boy, your wife's sister is going to be what? Sister-in-law. So this is how the relation been framed. Okay, so the basic point is this. After marriages only, in-laws will come into the picture. Because in-laws are very, very important. So this is how in-law relations will come into the picture. Okay, after this, I want you to I want you to make you understand one more important concept. All the relations we'll see now. Okay, yeah. There is a boy. Okay, there is a boy, and he is having a sister. This person is having a sister. Okay, this person is having a sister. Okay, so now to them there are parents. Okay, mother and father. Okay, if this woman want to call this particular boy, so this mother's son. This woman want to call this particular girl, so daughter. This woman's daughter, and father's son, and this particular father's daughter. Okay, now one more important point. This mother is going to have a mother. So let's say you are the boy or you are the girl. Your mother's mother is going to be what? Your grandmother. Okay, and this mother, your mother is having a father. Okay, your mother's father is going to be what? Grandfather. Okay, and your father is also have mother and father. Again, your father's mother is going to be what? Grandmother. Your father's father is going to be what? Grandfather. But again, there is a confusion. Okay, she is also grandmother, she is also grandmother. She is also he is also grandfather, he is also grandfather. Then how to differentiate? So the point is this. So your mother side relations, we call it as maternal, and your father side relation, you call it as paternal. So the point is this. Your mother's mother is maternal grandmother. Okay, maternal grandmother. Your mother's father is maternal grandfather. Your father's father is paternal grandfather. Your father's mother is paternal grandmother. So this is how you need to understand if you want to specify. Okay, your father side relations are your mother side relations. Okay, let's say your mother is having a brother, or your mother is having a sister. Okay, on the same note, your father is having a brother and your father may have a sister. Okay, so your means your male or female, yours mother's brother is what? Your uncle. Your father's brother is also what? Uncle. Your mother's sister is what? Your aunt. Your father's sister is also what? Aunt. Okay, so these points are very, very important when you are dealing with blood relations. Okay, and let's say your father sister is having a son and a daughter. Okay, a son and a daughter. So how they are going to relate to you? So a lot of people think that in India a lot of cultures will be there, but we need to follow only English language things. So your father's sister's children are going to be your cousins. Okay, your father's sister or brother, their children are going to be what? Your cousins. On the same note, your mother's brother or sister's children are going to be what? Your cousins. Okay, your parents' siblings are your uncle and aunt. Their children are your what? Cousins. Okay, their children are going to be what? Your cousins. So this is what you need to understand. Already in-laws we have discussed. Let's say you got married to a girl. Okay, so then in-laws will come. So mother and father. Okay, mother and father. So your spouse mother is mother-in-law. Your spouse father is father-in-law. If this girl is having a brother, so your spouse brother is brother-in-law. Okay, your spouse sister is what? Sister-in-law. That is related to the same thing only. And two more important points. So your sister, let's say your sister got married, your sister had a son and a daughter. So your sister's son is going to be what? Nephew. Okay, your sister's daughter is going to be niece. Okay, for male persons it's going to be nephew, for female persons it's going to be niece. So these points are very, very important when you are doing blood relations questions. Niece, nephew, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, mother-in-law, father-in-law. Okay, how this woman should call this particular boy? Yeah, this her daughter's husband is what? Son-in-law. Okay, her daughter's husband is what? Son-in-law. If this mother is having a son, her son's wife is going to be what? Okay, her son's wife is going to be what? Daughter-in-law. So that's how the relation been framed. Okay, hope everybody understood all the relations. One more important relation. Okay, let's say your father's mother is what? Your grandmother. If you want to specify, paternal grandmother. If this grandmother is having a sister, okay, she is not your grandmother again. So your grandmother's siblings, your grandmother's sister, your grandmother's brother, your grandmother's sister is going to be grand aunt. Okay, grand aunt. Your grandmother is having a brother, he is going to be grand uncle. Okay, grand uncle. So that's how the relation been formed. And the same way, your mother's mother is having a sister, so she is going to be what? Grand aunt. Your mother's mother is having a brother, so he is going to be what? Grand uncle. So that's how the relation been formed. In the latest exams, they are asking the questions on where grand aunt and grand uncle. Okay, and one more important point. If your grandmother is having a mother again, so she is your great grandmother. Okay, great grandmother. So that's how the relation is going to be increase. Great. Whenever after your grandparents, if anybody is there, so add always, for every generation add one great. So she is great grandmother. Okay, and one more important point. You and your sister, the generation gap is 0. For you and your mother, father, the generation gap is 1. For you and your uncle and aunt, the generation gap is 1 again. Okay, and for you and your grandparents, the generation gap is again, it's going to be 1. Okay, so this is how all the generation gap between your grandmother and grandfather is going to be what? 2 generation gaps will be there. For your cousins, the generation gap is going to be only 1. So this is how your family picture is going to be there. Okay, if you want to good at the concepts of blood relations, so this is how the whole things will come into the picture. Hope everybody understood this. So let's try to understand, different families. The relationship between 2 persons can be by birth or in-laws. So in-laws means what? If you are getting married to someone, like that. Okay, all in-laws relations like father-in-law, mother-in-law, sister-in-law can be classified under relationship by law. That's what we discussed just now. Okay, so this is how the in-laws. Guys, only one point. After marriages only in-laws will come. Okay, so these points you have to understand. Okay, the key points. This is the key point which I have discussed in the first one. Never judge gender from name. Kiran can be male or female. Chaitanya can be male or female. Okay, Chaitanya is a good boy, then Chaitanya will become male. Chaitanya is a good girl, then Chaitanya will become what? Girl. So that's how you have to decide the male and female persons. So that's a very, very important point. Okay, and so this is how your generation chart. Okay, let's look at the present generation. Who are the people in the present generation? You will be there, which means me will be there. If I get married, I should have my spouse. Okay, and your spouse. Okay, and if you are siblings were there, okay, your sister, brother will be there. And if you have if your spouse is having a sister, so she is become your sister-in-law. If your spouse is having a brother, he is become your what? Brother-in-law. Whom should we call cousins? Yes. The main point is this. So whom should we call cousins? The cousins is nothing but whom? Yeah, your uncle or aunt children. So they will come in your age only, right? So they are your generation people. Okay. Let's try to understand your parent generation people. So you have your mother, father. Okay. If your mother and father is having brother and sister, they are what? Your uncle and aunt. Okay. And your spouse is having a mother and father, so they will become your what? Mother-in-law and father-in-law. So that's how your parent generation will come into the picture. Okay, above your parent generation, who will be there? Grandparents generation. So that is nothing but your grandmother and grandfather. Okay, that's how the generation is going to be take into the picture. Okay, your below generation, your child generation, who will be there in your child generation? You got married, okay, you have your kids. So if he's a male, so he is your son. If she is a female, then she is going to be a daughter. Okay, who is nephew and niece? Who is nephew and niece? Your brother or sister's daughter is going to be niece. Son is going to be what? Nephew. Okay, let's say your son get married, okay, to a girl. So she is going to be your what? Daughter-in-law. Or your daughter get married to a boy, so he is going to be your what? Son-in-law. If your son and daughter had kids, so they are going to be your the last generation, which is grandchild generation, or we can say it as what? Grandson, granddaughter. So this is how our generation will, all 5 generation. Whenever you are doing your question, so you will be the 0 generation between you and your sister, you and your spouse, you and your cousins, 0 generation. Your parents generation, you will have 1 generation gap. Grandparents generation, you will have 2 generations gap. And your son's daughter generation, again 1 generation gap. Your grandchild generation, you will have again 2 generations gap will be there. So this is the complete picture. So let's see different relations in this particular point. Father of father or mother. Okay, your father is going to be what? Grandfather. Mother of father or mother. So she is going to be what? Grandmother. Okay, wife of grandfather. Yeah, your wife is having a grandfather. So grandmother again. Husband of grandmother. So he is going to be what? Your grandmother's husband is going to be what? Grandfather. Okay, father-in-law of father, mother. Again, we call it as what? Grandfather. Mother-in-law of father and mother. So she is going to be what? Your grandmother. So that's how the relation will be there. Okay, father's father. Okay, mother's only son is going to be what? Father. Brother of father or mother. Okay, your mother or father's brother is going to be what? Uncle. Sister of father or mother. Your mother or sister's, okay, your mother or father's sister is going to be what? Your aunt. Son of grandfather, grandmother. Okay, yeah, let's say your father's side, your grandfather's son is going to be what? Your father. Let's say your mother's side, okay, your mother's side, your grandfather's son is going to be what? Your uncle. So try to understand all the relations. Daughter of father-in-law, mother-in-law of father. Okay, so that's going to be what? Again, mother or aunt. Okay, father of wife, husband. Okay, your wife's husband. Okay, your wife's father is going to be what? Your father-in-law. Or if you are a woman, your husband's father is going to be what? Your father-in-law. Mother of your wife. Okay, mother of your wife is going to be what? Mother-in-law. Okay, mother of your husband is going to be what? Mother-in-law. So that's how the relation being taught. A lot of more relations will come. Your father's mother's only son, yourself. Okay, your father's mother's only daughter, that is also yourself. If you are a woman, yes or no? Son, daughter of uncle or aunt. Yeah, son or daughter of your uncle and aunt is going to be what? Your cousins. Okay, and if your wife's brother is going to be what? Your brother-in-law. Your husband's brother is going to be what? Brother-in-law. Sister, husband. Your sister is having husband, so he is going to be sister's husband is what? Your sister of husband or wife. Okay, yeah. Okay, your brother is having your brother got married to a girl, so she is your sister-in-law. Okay, or your wife's sister is going to be sister-in-law. Your husband, if you are a female, your husband's sister is going to be what? Sister-in-law. Okay, yeah, again, husband of sister, this is what I am telling. Husband of sister or sister-in-law is going to be what? Brother-in-law. So that's how the relations are going to be pointed out. Okay, yeah, most two important points. Your brother's son or your sister's son, he is nephew. Nephew is a male person. Okay, your brother or sister's daughter, she is going to be niece. Niece is a female person. Okay, your daughter is having a husband, he is your son-in-law. Okay, wife of brother, brother-in-law. Okay, guys, wife of brother, brother-in-law, and wife of son. Okay, wife of son is going to be what? Daughter-in-law. So that's how the relations will be there. So I am going to give you few suggestions. Whenever use symbols and notations to determining easy relations. That's going to be very easy when you are using these kind of relations. Okay, so these kind of relations are very, very important. The symbols. Okay, always in the general notation, plus can be used for male and female can be minus can be used for female. Okay, when equal can be used as the same generation people. Okay, Sita is wife of Suresh. Okay, we can use equal symbol for showing the relationship between Sita and Suresh. So Sita equals to Suresh. Okay, I can say Sita and Suresh are husband and wife. Okay, how I am saying? Because Sita is wife, that's why Sita is becoming female. Otherwise I can't say. You can write Sita is husband of Suresh, so then Sita will become male person. So that's a most important point. Okay, and whenever you are trying to solve your questions, try to adapt the question and relate to your own family. Then the job is going to be very easy. Okay, try to adapt it on your own family, then the job is going to be very easy. Okay, break the given sentences at is, was, as, and resolve them as the last point is, was, as to get easy solution for the problem. When we are solving the questions, you will come to know the last point. Okay, that is very, very important. Okay, and please try to use these symbols, going to be very easy. Okay, use equals for siblings. Siblings means same parents' children. Okay, dash for generation gap. Okay, if you want to make a relation between husband and wife, use this arrow symbol with both sides. Okay, male or female, you have to, for male it's a plus symbol, for female it's going to be a minus symbol. Okay, if you want to specify only male, it's a plus sign, and female it's going to be a minus sign. So this is how the blood relations are going to be. Okay, so main important points in this particular topic. Point number 1, don't decide gender by its name. There will be a clue in the question. Point number 2, after marriages only in-laws will come into the picture. Okay, so if you understand these 2 points, okay, the blood relations is going to be a cakewalk for you guys. Okay, so this is the basics of blood relations. So in the upcoming sessions we'll see the different variety of questions and how to approach those type of questions easily. Thank you.